So, Mr. ID, you'll be talking about ETL, the second part, and we strongly believe we have lots to learn from you today. So you can
Definitely.
just share your screen and take over the presentation. So you are
All
perfectly
right.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, guys. Welcome again to Power BI Made Easy in 10 days. As my mentor has it said, I'm Eddie. I'll be your instructor for today's session. And we'll be talking about transforming data sets, a continuation of the last class, extract from ETL, extract, transform, and load. It's a pleasure being in the midst with you all today. Okay, so I'm going to give a brief about myself. Then afterwards, I'll give a recap of what my colleague treated on Friday because it's a continuation class that we're having right now. All right, so I'm Eddie Okonkwo. I'm a Microsoft Certified Solution Associate, BI Reporting. I have various work expertise in different sectors like the oil and gas industry, the aviation industry, the property management industry, and others on my slide. Sorry, I didn't put that up. So please, you can follow me on my handle, my Twitter handle, Bongo Eddie on Twitter, and Eddie Okonkwo on LinkedIn. And feel free to ask any question, chat me up, and I will respond as quick as possible. All right, so due to time constraint, I have to go straight into this. Okay, first of all, let me talk about how I got into this Power BI because it's very interesting. I had this experience with Power BI last year, sincerely speaking, and it's been the best in my career so far, so good. No jokes, because it's actually the future. People, it's actually the future. This is the future. Power BI skill is the future. It helps you to manage and project for your business, whatever business you're doing. This is the key to it for good success. You know, be it your medical, HR, agricultural, or even the roadside kiosks guys. They need, so far they have the data, success is the limit for you all. So please, you guys should try and do more about this because it's actually going to help in the future for business people. All right, so doing a recap on what my, oh, I can't really hear myself. Okay, fine. Let me do a recap of what my colleagues treated on Friday because it's a continuation, as I said. Power BI is a basic analytic software, Microsoft service. It aims in providing interactive visualization and business intelligence capabilities. And the good thing is that it's so user-friendly, right? It's simple enough for end users to create their own reports and dashboards and analyze what they want to do with it. Okay, and we have the salient points, the business intelligence, the interactive visualization, the data sets, and the dashboards. All right. I've already explained this earlier on, definition of terms. The ETL, what we're treating today, it's transformed from this term, ETL. As you can see, ETL is short for extract, transform, load. All right, so please, can we mute our mics, please? Okay, fine, thank you. So my colleague treated extract in the last class, which is the first part here. And I'll be, and all right. Extract is the, oh, please, can we mute our mic, please?
Please, can you guys mute your mic?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, so we're good. So extract with my colleague treated last class, it's all about receiving or getting data from different sources, wherever it may be, the web, the cloud, your folder, your system, wherever it may be. So far it has the data, it can be imputed into the Power BI and can be analyzed furthermore. And I will teach you about the transform process after the extracts. This is actually the kitchen of Power BI. You know, this is where you do the whipping of the food. If you want the food to come out good, you need to whip it out here. This is where you cook it well. This is where you add the right ingredients to spice it up to get the required outcome, okay? So everything is done in the transform process to get a good analysis for yourself. And the transform process requires they consist of different type of basics, like the removing columns, changing text to numbers, removing rows, setting first rows of headers, and so on. So I'll give in-depth of most of them as we go into the class. So these are the basic transformations we're looking at today. We have a couple of them. I hope I can finish all this today, but let's go ahead with it due to time constraints. All right, fine. So let's go to the main deal. So go to our Power BI. So we're going to start with number one, promoting headers, removing columns. But by different folders, I'm going to have. Hey, please, first of all, please, you guys should please go to the YouTube channel. For those joining us for the first time, you can go to the YouTube channel to catch up with what we've done so far. We've had 2 classes so far, the first and second one. This is the 3rd class, and also please migrate to the new app we're using for communication, the Kaizala app. All right, that's what we use now to communicate and share whatever I want to share. So I'm going to share my file with you guys for further studies by yourself, later on, because I might not be able to finish everything I want. So just to have that with you. All right, so let's go to the deal. All right, so as my colleague taught on Friday, the first step we take in analyzing is to extract our data, get our data from our required source, wherever we want to get it from. We have different sources, like we can see here. Click on Get Data. We have the Excel, we have the Power BI data sets, text analysis, and so many more. All right, so many more of them. So let's go straight to the transform now. I'm going to extract my file from. I normally check my file before I extract them to be sure of the type of file I'm extracting, because if you indicate anyone on the get data, it has to be it. Like for instance, I want to work with this trim and clean here that we can see here, and it's a CSV file. So I confirm from it. I open it up to check what's in it, to know if I can work with it first, to know how I can maneuver it before I bring it into the Power BI data query editor, sorry. So I do this always to check my file to know it's the right thing I'm bringing in. Right, so it's loading. I'm sure we're all conversant with this get data right now, after the weekend holiday with the assignments and all. Excuse me. So, sorry. All right. Come on. All right, so as that's loading, please, we need to get fast systems to enjoy Power BI very well, because if we don't have good fast systems, we won't enjoy the whole power of Power BI. It's a very powerful tool. It's an intelligence on its own. So we need to have a good, accurate, fast RAM system to enjoy it so well. Like right now, let's look at what's happening to me. Okay, we're out. So I want to work with this. What's this? Okay. All right. I want to work with this file. Zoom in to see what's in it. Sorry for this delay. We'll get right at it. Okay. All right. So this is the folder I want to work with, the file I want to work with, the table I want to work with now, to analyze, to transform, before analyzing. So we have name, username, name, gender, date of birth, occupation, what else? Subscribe and total spend. Okay. So now if you can see this data right now, we have loads of work to do on this, loads of work. I can cover let's say 5 to 6 transformations on this. For instance, now I don't think I need this. username. It's good to actually take out data that you don't need to analyze. For why? For performance sake. You know, the less the data, the faster it works for you. All right. So unwanted columns, unwanted rows, you take it out to have a great performance for your analysis. All right.
Okay, please, Eddie, if I can come in. People
yes.
always argue this fact that you may not need to use, though you don't need the data today, but there may be need for it tomorrow. So you are telling me if you don't need it, don't take it in. How will you answer such people?
Come again, sorry.
Like the username, you make it clear that it's not needed, so you will not load it in. I've met several people, they will tell you, well, I may not need it today. Tomorrow, there might be need for it. So let me just load everything into my Power BI. So what do you have to say to that?
It's really not needed because you can actually refresh from the Power BI. If you want to add it later on, since it's from the original file, you don't delete it from here. You delete it from the Power Query editor. All right.
Great. So
you leave the original file intact the way it is. All right.
Thank you. So please, participants, I need you to understand that fact. If you don't need it, don't load it. It's going to impact in performance. So the major thing is load what you want. So thank you very much, Eddie.
Exactly. And as well, if you have questions, please drop it in the chat box. My colleagues will get to you on that. Okay. So let's go ahead quickly. We have the name here. As you can see, it's not arranged accordingly. You see this? This is not nice. This is not equal. It's not equal to others. We have the data. We have the male. We have the gender. I don't like the way it sets. We have date of births, time formats. We're going to talk about it more in depthly when we get into Power BI, and so on. So okay, let's go straight to Power BI to get this in. Let's get this in. So let's connect to the CSV. It's the CSV file, right? So we click on CSV, connect to it, and wait to get loaded inside. Okay, where are you? There you are. So while getting the data, as advised, it's always good to go through the transform before you load it directly to make sure everything is aligned accordingly for better analyzation and visualization as well. So as you can see this now, instead of putting load, we have to transform it. We have to know how to put our salt and pepper, the amount we're going to put in it to make it nice. All right. Okay. So we're here. Power Query Editor. This is the main kitchen where everything is being done. All right. So where are you? Where are you? Okay. There you are. So now this is our kitchen, right? This is where we do all the magic. This is where all the magic happens to have a good outcome, all right? So right here we have our table, we have our ribbon, our bar where we have different types of functions that we can use to get a nice outcome for ourselves. We have the home. Under the home, we have where to get the new source, how to manage parameters, how to refresh, like what Mr. just said earlier on. If you want to include something that wasn't loaded, you can do this by clicking on refresh to bring it back from the original file to your, assuming this is deleted from this now, this username is deleted, you can refresh it back when you want it later. Okay, so we have other things here to go about, and right here we can change the name of the table if you want, if you wish to. Right here, you left click, change the name to whatever name you desire. Then this is also every step you take. This part, apply step, indicates every step you take in terms of transformation. And for instance, they've already given us 2 steps already. They've changed our type and they've given us promoted headers. So let me delete that so we can get a better view on how it works. Every step you take for this data, it's been showcased right here, applied steps. Okay, you go up. Promoted headers, that's the first one we're talking about today. These are promoted headers. The username, name, initially, Okay, let me take it out. Let me take it out so you understand better. Some file, once you load them into your query editor, it doesn't promote for you. It comes in like this. The username, the name, the gender are in the first row, which is not meant to be. They are meant to be at the headers. Sometimes the system, Power BI, automatically promotes the headers for you. Well, in cases whereby they don't promote for you, you need to do it yourself, and we can do it here as well. We go here and we see it right here. Use the first row as headers. All right, so we click on it. Voila. There we are. You see that? The step applied. So that's for promoting the headers. Okay, we say we don't need the username. So back to it, we don't need the username. In terms of performance, we need to save space. We take this out. We can take this out in different ways. We can either do it the way I like. I like doing it with the right click function. Click on it, transform, remove column, take it out, take the column out, or you can do it from the ribbon here. You can either remove this, or you can keep this column, highlighted column, and remove other columns. You have the two options here, because as you can see. And the third way is to choose from here. It gives you, it's like a filter. It gives you all the columns on this table. So you filter the ones you want in and the ones you don't want. All right, so I clicked on it to bring it out for me so you can see what I'm talking about. Fine. So now I don't need this username as a column, so I uncheck the box. All right, then I click OK. One magic happens. It's out. All right, going further, we're going to talk about, I normally first, while I'm working on my data set, after doing the promoted headers, I check my data type. It's very, very essential to check your data type. Please, guys, it's really, that's the very key ingredients in your dish, right? Your data type, because that determines a lot of analysis are going to be done, right? For instance, now we have the name. The name is a text. Names are text, which is fine. ABC, this is fine. Gender is a text, which is really good. DOB, date of birth. This is meant to be a date, not a text. As it is right now, you can't analyze with this because the Power BI will not recognize this at all as a date. To see it as a text. And this would limit us in having analysis in time series analysis. We won't be able to do that if you don't change the data type. And by doing that, we can do that in different ways as well. We can either do it my way, the right click way. This is the fastest way anyways. It's my way. I love this way. It's the fastest way to do any transform process I need. But you can also do it from here. Right here, dates, change it to dates. But there's something I want to indicate to you guys about these dates, right? We have different formats in different places, different time formats in the world, right? So right now, as you can see, there is, this format is a month, it is a day, month, year formats. And we have, what I have on my system is the month, day format. It's the opposite of what this is. If I change this, we can also do the data type from here. If I change this to a date, let's see what happens. We can see error. We have error in the column. Why is that so? Because of the different type of formats. It's reading it as months, day, and year, while mine at the year, days, months, and years, sorry, while mine is the month. So it won't recognize this very well, and it's going to affect it. So,
Eddie.
Yes, sir.
The third one, error. Can you remove that step? Let's see the date on the third one. Remove the last step.
Okay. The date is 28th of June, 1945.
Okay, because your system is month, day, year. There's no month at 28.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Continue, please.
So that's the error that will pop up if you do that way. So what we normally do in this situation, we use locale. Locale gives you the exact formats to tally with the data. All right, so that is coming up. Where are you? Where are you? Okay. Come up. So as I was saying, before it comes up, that's how you go through all columns and make sure all the data types according to what they have on the rows. So now we are at locale now. What data type do I want to use? I need a date data type. I click on dates, and the locale has different time zones worldwide. So I'm looking for Nigeria. I'll type Edo. Yes, here we go. We have Edo, Nigeria. So now this
only Edo. We don't have Ogun State, Nigeria.
They have a couple of them. They have Igbo, they have Hausa, they have
Please continue.
All right, so it now tallies with what I have, right? Because it's going to flow the format I have on my system. Okay, so if I click OK, good. I'll do the sets. So we have an accurate data type for date right here. The occupation, good. No problem to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Subscribe. You can change this the same way we did. So you guys do this as assignments, please.
Sorry,
you change subscribe column.
Can you show us? Hello, Eddie.
Yeah, come again.
Hello.
Yeah,
so
I'm
can
here.
you show us that locale again? I didn't seem to get that right.
Okay. Let me cancel the step. Let me cancel the step and do it again. All right. So I go to my steps again. I cancel what I need. And please, guys, be careful about these steps. If you want to uncast from where you stop, you have to stop. Don't just go up here and cancel. It's going to mess it up. All right. So you cancel from the last step. All right. So back to locale. We go to locale, right?
Okay. The last one there. Yeah. Okay.
There's an option there. You can only get that from here. You have to click here to get that, right? So it's loading again, sorry. So you guys should help me out with this. You guys should work on the subscribe, change the dates to the locale, all right? Hello? Okay.
Please check your chat box.
Can we unmute our mics, please? All right. So please, I'm trying to hurry up based on time. So please pardon me if I'm not able to answer your questions now. Just drop them on the chat box. They'll be answered. And I'll try and leave like 10 minutes to the end to pick up questions and answers as well. So let me just quickly rush through this, okay? So we have this, Edo change data type, done. All right. So like I was saying about data type, you see this is a 1.2 decimal. It's very essential. We have fraction numbers there, so we need to put it as decimal, not as whole numbers. So you put whole numbers or you put other thing else, it will calculate accordingly. All right. So we go to the name. Now this name is so messy. I don't like the way it's arranged. It's really scattered. So this is where we're going to apply the trim and clean. Right. The trim and clean. Trim basically it's leading spaces. Trim clearing leading spaces. Like now, for instance, this first row, we have space before the title Mr., which is not nice. We need to get that out. Then in between the Mr. and the other text, we have multiple spaces, which are not nice as well. We need to clean those. So we start with clean. We start with trim, sorry. And the same way we do that, we go to transform. You can do that from here, transform. You can see that you have the format here to change it. Trim it, or you can use my other way, the right click. Either way works. So we're going to trim this to align the first letters together. Right. So everything is aligned now. After that, we still have spaces in between the text. We need to clean them out to be looking good. All right. So let me use this method. All right. So I clean this. Let's see. Oh, good. Wow, but we still have some spaces in between. As you can see them. See, this is row 12. You see Anna. So you have this space between Anna, like 4 or 5 spaces between Anna sharp and that. So now this is where we do replace values. Okay, this is another form of transformation. Replace values. Replace values can be anything. A space is a value. A full stop is a value. A hyphen is a value. So any of those are values. Anything you type in, anything you type on your keyboard to the system is a value. All right, so we're going to replace values to clear that out. All right, so now we want to replace that value. So we will replace wherever we have double space with a single space. Okay, double space with a single space. So let's do that. 1, 2. Replace double spaced with a single space. Good. So let's see what happens after that. Okay, but not satisfactory. We still have spaces in between. We might have to do this multiple times to get the desired result we want. Do it again, double space to a single space. All right. But there's a formula that you can use by Ken Pauls to actually do this straight up, but that will be taught in the other class, the next class, Advanced Editor. It's just going to apply it. It's going to be a query that you're going to put here to edit this to your desired space. So we'll do it again, just get it finally. All right. So with this now, so far so good, we have learned about 4, 5 different basic transformation. Right, so we have them here. Okay, now this is good now. We've talked about the promoted headers that is taking the first row as column, as the headers. We've changed the type. We've removed columns, trimmed with text, and we replace values. All right, so what next are we to do? So we've done all this. We've done all this with cased. Okay, we haven't cased. Okay, let's case. Okay, the gender noun. The first word, I want them capitalized. Same transformation process. You either right click or you go here. It's on the ribbon. Look for it. Capitalize each word. Or you want to make everything capitalized, you uppercase all of them, lowercase all of them if you want to. But I want capitalize each word. I'm good with that for that. There you go. So my data looking so nice. Don't you like this? Looking all good and arranged, right? So let's move ahead due to time. All right, let's go to, we've done all this 1 to 6, 1 to 7. We've promoted headers, we've removed columns. Okay, we haven't renamed, we're going to go to that later. We've cased, we've changed data types, we've trimmed and cleaned, we've replaced values. Now we're going to go to splitting. We're going to split columns. Right? I'm going to split columns now. So now let's go back to the home and let's get a data we're going to use to split columns. All right, so let me check what I have on my file again, as I normally do, to know the best to go about it. Splitting columns. All these files I've made available for you guys for practice at your own convenience. Okay, so we have 3 files here and they're all text documents. So, okay, I know what they are now. So let me see what's inside and what we're going to do for clients. Okay, we have customer code right here. As you can see, we have customer code, which is the client code. These first 5 letters and first 5 numbers are the client codes. The next 2, which are the alphabets, are the country code, and the last 4 are the sector code. All right, sectors they belong to. Don't want you understand when I move ahead. It's my data, so I know about it. Okay, so let me bring it out for you to understand better. All right, so this is the country, the second table. You can see AL. Is Albania. It stands for Albania. AT stands for Austria, and so on and so forth. So I'll do that for the sector, so you can see that as well. All right. So I put them up in themselves so you can understand what I'm going to do. Sector code has this beside it. The 101 is energy. All right. So what I want to do now, I want to split columns, right? So I've got to load, I want to split this customer code into 3 different columns. I want the first 5 to be the client's code. I want the 2 alphabets to be the country code, to be the country, actually represent the country. The country should be beside the codes, not just AL. I want the countries to be beside them. And I also want the sector code right here to be beside this. All right, so let me get out the Power BI so you understand better what I'm trying to do. Let's go. So let's bring in our data. It's actually text documents. We go to text. All right. Come up, come up, come up, come up, come up. Text. Where are you? Okay, splitting columns. So start with the first one, clients. All right, there you are. Okay, that's fine. You stay here. And I'm bringing the other ones. Okay, there you go. So bringing the other one, the all text format. So yeah, countries. Come in. Oh, time is running so fast. I pray I can finish a couple of this before the time goes. Okay, this is the country. Then we'll bring in, I hope you guys are following me though. Please, if I...
Yeah.
Okay, great. Please, if I...
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we are.
All right. All right, good. So just let me know if I'm going too fast, okay? All right, so section. All right, good. So now we brought in our 3 tables, right? It's coming up. The third one is coming up. So what we want to do now, we want to split. We want to split the client's table. That's the first one we brought in. We want to split it into 3 different columns. All right, so let's go there straight up. So we want to split this table. Okay, first of all, you can see now, let's see what I'm talking about, the headers. The first row has the column name, and it's on the first row. It's not meant to be there. It's meant to be as a header. So what we do, we promote the first row, use the first row as a header. Good. And I want to change this customer's code name to client's code. Okay, let me split it first for you guys. All right, splitting it, we click on it, right? We want to split this into 3 different. We want this the client code, country code, and sector code. So what we do, we can either split from here, from the ribbon, or from the right-click function. All right. So let's go ahead. I have digits. We can do either by delimiter. If it's, you can split by delimiter. You can split by number of characters. You can count them and say I can split by certain amount of. After the first five letters splits. After the second 5 letters splits and stuff like that. You can split by position. You can split by case sensitivity. Then now I want to split by digit because they have digits and non-digits together. So I'm going to do that. So we have to split from digits to non-digits. That's the first 5 letters. Let's go there. Let's do that. So I've done that now. Let's see the magic that it happens. All right. Here we go. There we go. You see that? The first 5 separated from the other ones. So now I want to split this because there are 3 different codes in the initial one. So I want to split this now into another. I'm going to use my own fast means. Split column. So now from non-digits to digits, because it's a non-digits, AL. Okay. Voila. There we go. You see that? We have 3 different columns now. We split one column into 2, sorry. So we can quickly rename them, quickly rename this. You can either rename from here or rename from the ribbon as well. Always we'll have options for all those. All right, so I want to rename this to client code. Client code, enter. Name this to country code. Code. Sorry, I made a mistake here. Right, then I want to change this to sector code. So that's the rename transformation type. Now we've done 6 or 7 different types of transformation. So there are a lot of them, man. So you guys can go online, books, study and enrich yourself with all these types of transformation. So now with this,
sorry, Eddie, for cutting in again.
Yes.
If my data set is given to me exactly like this, and I want to return, I want to put them together. You know, you taught us how to split. Is it possible to also put them together as one?
Exactly. We can merge them back. We can combine them. Either ways.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Please continue.
All right. So I left my data set as text because it's a code, so it's not. I don't want it to be calculated. I want it to be as text, no calculation in it. So now let's merge. Let's go to another form of transformation. And we're going to merge this. We're going to put our countries beside each code. The country I want it beside this, and I want the sector beside the code as well. So we understand which code is for which. All right. So let's merge this with the countries. We go here on the ribbon. This is where you see the option for merging on the ribbon. We have merge queries here, and we have merge queries as new. Merge queries is using this same table that we have here. We'll merge and glue beside it, but we want a new table for this. We're doing a different thing entirely. Let's do a new table. So the merge will be in a new table. So we'll have a new table placed here. All right. So it's coming up. It's coming up. We have our steps as always here. Very key. So we want to merge. What we want to do? We want to merge the country code with the country name. All right. So I click on the country code. This is what I want to merge. I want to merge this with what? Let's see. With countries. Here you are. I want this. Okay. I've seen there's something I just saw right now that we didn't do for the countries. We need to have the same column name. So let me go back. Pardon me. Let me go back. The countries, we need to go to what we want to merge. It needs to tally with what we have up there. Like now, you see the header is. We'll have applications of the thing. Right. So let's check the same. Okay, this is good. This is okay. So let's go ahead with the merging. So merge queries as new. All right. Oh, time is really flying. Wow. Okay. Come on. So we're going to merge this together. The country code, we're going to merge it with the country name. All right. But you need to click on what you want it to merge with. Okay, I want the code here. I want it to merge with this one. So wherever you have this, I want to see what this has beside it as well. So now this is it. So you see it matches everything you want to merge. Then we click on OK. Let's see another magic. There we go. Magic done. All right. So as you can see, this is what we merged. This is a new table. We can change the name if we want to. So now we have to filter this out because it's showing us, right? So we don't want it to be a code country. We want only the country name. So we take out the code, and we don't want it to use a column as a prefix. So we take that out as well. All right. We just need the country. That's why we tick only country, not the code and country. Now, there we go. You can see it's not aligned accordingly, so we can easily trim it as we learned earlier on. We can trim this column to come to the side. As you can see, this leading space, a lot of leading space. So let's trim that immediately to look nice. All right, there we go. So now this is where we also learn another transformation style by rearranging columns. Rearrange columns, we move this, we want it beside the country code. So you left click and you drag to your desired location. There you go. So now now you can see the country code, the country name. All right, you can change this to country name. So you guys please gonna help me with this.
I want to cut in again. You have the country code and the country name. You brought in the name from another table. This is just like VLOOKUP in Excel.
Yes.
But if I delete that country code, will it affect the country that I brought in?
No, it would not.
Great. Because if you
you were saying something.
Definitely it will. So
sorry,
can you help us take out the country code? Let's see the impact.
Okay, so we move this column. Let's remove it. There we go.
Great.
Right. So it's merged already. So it tallied. So from the beginning, from the start, we merged it and it tallied equally. So it's practically the same thing. It won't have any change at all if you want to delete that. So that's it. So let me just take it back. Let me take it out. So I cancel that step. This is where you have all your steps that you take. It's right here. So I canceled that and came back. That's the undo. So we have that. So you can do this as yourself, like as assignments. Try for the sector code. Merge the sector code alongside with this. All right. So
what was the first assignment you gave us?
The first assignment was to change the data type for the trim and clean data type of this. Change the subscribe to the date formats. This.
Okay.
Change this to the date formats using the local or whatever you suit. Whatever I think is the right way, just do it. Then we'll know if they're good or not.
The second one is to
merge the sector code with the sector name.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. So we've spoken about we arranged columns here. We've renamed columns. Let's see our slide. Let's quickly hurry up. Okay, we've renamed columns. We've split columns. We've merged and we've arranged columns. So let me quickly rush through this transpose, pivot, and unpivot, so then we can study the others on our own. All right, so let me just quickly get the data in, give the time. I don't have time to go through it before I import it. All right, I think it's actually an Excel file for the next transformation we want to do. Yeah, there you are. Pivot columns. All right. Okay, so I want to try and leave like 10 minutes for questions and answers. So that's what I'm rushing right now. Please pardon me. You can go to the YouTube channel to catch up and to follow up with everything we're doing, and also self-study as well, because this is a great skill for everyone to learn. Believe me, it's not a waste at all. And you can also join us on our Kaizala app to follow up with discussions and assignments we want. So yeah, back to what we're doing. Pivot, unpivot, and transpose. All right, this is the table we want to use to do those. Let's get it in. Go back down. All right. So it's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. All right, here we go. So what is transpose? Transpose is it's basically just moving columns to rows and rows to columns, moving this to this side from the horizontal to vertical and the vertical to horizontal. Okay, on this table now, let's see, we have Malaysia, see it here on row 1, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand. I don't want to promote headers on this because I want to use this table as an example for this particular transformation. So let's do it this way. So if I want to transpose, I can just go to transform here and just click on transpose. Voila. The countries come to the rows and the years goes to the columns. All right, that is it. I'll vice versa. I can clean again. It goes back to the way it was. Put it back. It goes back. Okay. So now let's pivot this. We want now we can make. I want this now. We can push this as headers. The years we can push them as headers. All right. I'm trying to rush up this so it looks neat. Can rename this, we can rename this, so now the years have come back to the columns up here as headers. We can rename this as country, right? We name this as category. Right. So these are the years. So now we want to pivot this, right? On pivots, pivot means changes rows into columns. That's for pivots. We want to change rows into columns, and also then on pivot is to vice versa, the other way around, change columns into rows, right? So let's unpivot this. We go to the transform. We can do that with the right click method, or we can, yeah. So let's unpivot. So we have unpivot columns. We can highlight this to unpivot the others and leave the highlighted one as it is, or we can unpivot only the selected one to change its direction from column to row or row to column. Any of them works. It depends on how you work is or how you want to do your data. All right, so do this. Okay, this is, no, sorry. Not what I want to do. I want to unpivot the years. So I have to cancel that. I want to unpivot this years. So I will highlight it. So I highlighted this. I want these ones to turn to the rows, right? To be in rows, no more in columns. So I transform them.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I just chip in one thing before you unpivot?
Yeah, sure.
Please, can you go to the first column?
Okay.
If you observe the first column, look at Malaysia. The second line after Malaysia is null. No. So you can actually fill down. That's another effect. So just right click and fill down. So I can help us repeat Malaysia and so on. No, right click.
Yeah.
Where is it? It should be there.
Yeah. This is it.
Oh, great.
So it substitutes. Yeah. So we have the Malaysia.
Correct. So Malaysia, Singapore. Okay. So now you want to unpivot the years. So just select the country and the category and unpivot others to make it faster.
Exactly. All right. So now what we're going to do, we're going to pivot others. The option here. There we go. So for each year, Malaysia, we have these are the values for rates. For the accessories, these are the values, and so on and so forth. We can do that the other way to pivot it back. All right, so we can pivot the columns back. While doing this, we want to work with the value. The value has to be the column and columns, right? So that's why it's there. So it's back. So it's vice versa, right?
Great.
So that's that. So due to time, I might not be able to finish the other ones, the grouping and the append. So please, you can do your self-study for those. I've covered over 13 of them for you now. So please go through the grouping data and append queries so that I can have time for questions and answers.
Eddie.
Yes.
Why don't you just help us out with the grouping of data? You understand me? If we understand that, rather than ask questions, it will help a lot.
Okay. Let's go. Let me have to get a file for that. All right. So let me check for. Okay, I have a file to use. All right. All expenses data, and it's Excel file. Okay. So let's get that in. Excel.
So as is loading the Excel file, let me just say something about grouping and append. Append, if you are given a report, the same structure, the same number of columns, January, February, March, you've loaded January to March, now they just released April. You can append April to the list. So append grows vertically while merge grows horizontally. And this one is demonstrating now. What's it again? Which topic are you demonstrating now?
Grouping data.
Okay. Grouping. The major advantage of grouping is maybe you have billions of transactions you want to load into Power BI. And those transactions, they happen on daily basis. And it has run into billions of rows. It's not too advisable to stress your system, your server. So you can group them on monthly basis because your report will come either monthly or yearly. So like this grouping is going to demonstrate now, instead of working this much, it can decide to group good. It can decide to group maybe by branch or by
branches,
category, and so on. So grouping help you give you that initial summary of your data. So thank you. You can continue, Eddie.
All right. So like he said, we can let's group by branches. So we have different branches here. Let's see the branches we have. Okay, we have Banbury, Belfast, Cardiff. These are the branches we have. So we want to group them by, everything, the categories and the names by the branches. Okay, so we can do that by, okay, it's loading. Either way, you see the column here, group the rows by a single, instead of having the Southampton, everything will come in as one. All right, so the basic one will put the brand, the new column name. Let's say we don't want the count of it. Let's just say,
I call it total amount.
Total amount, yeah, okay. So count the total amounts, that is it there. We count the rows. Then the column,
since it's total, we are summing.
Okay, sum it, okay.
Since it's total, we should sum.
Yeah, we want to work with the amounts. Yeah. So we're branching we're grouping it by the total amount. So there we go. So that's basically grouping. We're grouping the branches by the total amounts, and this is what we have. So all the branches is the total amount they acquired by each person, and that's it. So this is all for grouping. We can do this for other things, relevant things we want to do. All right.
So Eddie, thank you very much. I appreciate you. You've done well.
Thank you.
So I'm impressed. Thank you. So questions, please.
Like pivots. Just like
exactly, just like pivot.
Exactly.
So questions, please. We have 4 minutes before the close of this section.
Hello.
Hello, yeah, I'm listening.
Hello.
Question.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay. Please, what's the major difference between?
So, please, I would also like to know if you can get the video.
Hello.
Sorry, how many people are asking? How many people are talking, please? One
house, please. So what's the difference?
Let's take it one by one. Let's have JJ. JJ, please.
Okay, what's the difference between transpose and unpivot? Because I feel like they do almost the same. What's the major difference between them?
Okay. Transpose just move from column to row to column. That is transpose. But on pivot, you return back a summary data into a full list of data. Just like the opposite of pivot table. Pivot table summarize your data. On pivot table, turn it back to the full data set. So it's different. They are not the same. Transport is not the same thing as pivot. Another question, please. Tell me that you are recognized.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. So, sorry, I've actually lost a train of thought. I can't remember what I wanted to ask, but I think you've answered it basically. Well, I think the first one was on
That's your question. Please,
grouping,
another question, please.
Can I ask a question? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm
Good
listening.
afternoon.
Hello.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Okay. My number one question is, how does transform work with live data? For instance, maybe we have a data that is coming from maybe like maybe my SQL, for instance. Do you have to do any transformation on such data? And number two is that how does after you've done your transformation and everything, does Power BI keeps a duplicate copy of your data? For instance, if anything happens to the source data, is your data still intact? Or how does Power BI deal with that?
Okay. Now, to answer the first question, SQL Server is a structured database. Most of the time, when you load anything from SQL Server, you are going to do little or no cleaning. But tomorrow, we are doing ETL tomorrow. The work you are going to do tomorrow is very, very useful for anything you bring in from structured database, because we are not cleaning tomorrow, we are adding columns. For example, what you brought in gave you your profit. Now ask you to work out a projected profit. To do that, you need to do some calculation. So within ETL, within Power Query, you want to learn how to do calculation. So do that. And the second one. Hello? For the second one, what's the second question again? I forgot it.
Will
is the data intact?
Intact. Power BI doesn't save.
Oh, great. Anytime you load data into Power BI and you transform it, your source data, where it's coming from, remain the same. The transformed version of your data is already cleaned and is ready to go. So once you lost the source data and you refresh Power BI will trigger an error message. But as far as Power BI is concerned, the clean version of your work, you can make a copy of it. Eddie, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Please, Eddie, can you demonstrate this last cleaning you've done? I want to copy to Excel.
Okay.
So just click on the edge there where the country is, country and number. The edge come down, still come to the between on top of number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 6. On number 1 to 6, on it, there's a small Excel icon there. One small Excel icon on number. So click there. Anytime you want to copy a clean work back to Excel, you can see the first icon there says what? Copy entire table. So select copy entire table. So you can copy this and take it back. So, but this one is the one that's already cleaned. But your source data, you've lost it. You can still lay your hands on the clean version of the data. So, but once you click on refresh and you lost the source data, Power BI will also lose this because it's actually talking to that source data all the time. I hope I've answered your question. Okay, so thank you all for coming on board.
Thank you.
I have a question. Oh, question, okay.
Please, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My question is, you did grouping, but I noticed that your grouping brought out only 2 columns at the end of the day. So can we do grouping in such a way that more columns can be included?
Yes, advanced. Of course. Sure, of course.
Of course, you can do that. So under the grouping, there are 2 options there. So what you did is a basic grouping. You can do advanced that will allow you pick more than 1 column and aggregate. So grouping is majorly under aggregate. Can you see advanced there? You can go with advanced. So what are the columns you want? I want branch and I don't know the other one that is there, and so on. So you can explore all this, and because you already summarized, Eddie.
Yes, let me take it out. Let me take it out. All right.
Yeah, so, but it's something you can figure out yourself when you go there. Just take out those steps so you can do that.
All right.
And as Eddie is doing this for us, please, the form for this third day and drop there on our chats, on the chat list, and also it will be on the group chats. So please, we encourage all of us to move from WhatsApp to our new platform. So please, if you have not migrated, just click migrate. Eddie has promised to give us all this source data and the assignment he gave to us. For those that did the last assignment from day 2, I give it to you. Thank you very much. Keep it up. And I'm expecting us to complete this assignment. So please, let's do well to get this one done. And let's fill our feedback form. And I strongly believe we'll get there. So another question. Everybody's doing that for you. Another question.
DG, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
DG.
Yeah.
Hello, can I ask a question?
Please go ahead.
Yeah. I want to find out, is there an underlying skill required in order to be to help in handling Power BI stuff?
Now, Power BI is self-service. If you're a lawyer, Eddie mentioned it, lawyer, accountant, as long as you're in any field, Power BI is self-service. It's called low code, no code. You are not writing any code, you are not doing anything special here. But when we move deeper, somebody has a question, maybe they want, that we're going into SQL BI. If you get there, then we are now talking to the men, not the boys now. So that area will be dealing with SSIS, SSAS, and SSRS. But here, you don't need any skill to learn Power BI. The only thing you just need to know is the industry knowledge. Have knowledge of the business you are analyzing. I want to analyze a data for X sector. You must know where you are going. Once you know where you are going, and you can use this tool, you can. The sky is a stepping stone. Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. G. Sorry to ask this question. Now, the new platform that you said we should migrate to, how do I get? Is there any link that I need to input to get into the?
Good. If you're on the old platform, that's WhatsApp. The link is here, but I trust Paul. Paul will drop it again for you. Once you drop the link, just click. We migrate. The reason why we are migrating to a more secured platform because security matters to us. Number is growing. And number 2, WhatsApp only cater for 260 members. And our membership have far grown beyond that. So we needed a place that can hold more than that. So that is why we are migrating. Thank you.
AJ, can I ask a question?
Please do.
Since from the questions people are asked, now I don't know whether your user group team, have in mind incorporating record database into your provision so that you can
incorporating what, sir?
Record database like SQL and other database that runs with where people. Let's start with SQL. You have already an Excel as your offering in terms of training, in terms of discussion. So instead of just having it as a Power BI group, you should have something plus or stroke database. I don't know whether your team is looking at that. The feel I'm getting from all these questions, that's what I'm asking.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you for the question.
Yeah, consider it. Okay.
Yeah. So from your question, most of the things we've been working with have been Excel, just because all of us, we can use Excel. And mind you, this is a beginner section. But by the time we get into the advanced section, we'll be dealing with more terrible database like Blob, like SQL Azure, like MongoDB, and so many terrible databases as you have it out there. So those big data that we talk about, or thick data as we have it now, so we definitely get to that in the advanced section. Because by the time we are connecting now to SQL Server or Azure SQL Server, most of the participants will be lost. But definitely we will get there as we move on with this community. Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Deji. By the time you go for that structured database, I hope those of us that are coming from this beginners level, we can cope with the advanced explanation.
Yes, that is why we have the flow. So permit me to close the video so that we continue our discussion. So that's why we have the flow.